What's up, everybody? Despite having a primary goal of getting as strong as possible, I am doing 3 cardio sessions a week of 45 minutes, zone 2. If you include warm up and cool down, it comes out to about 3 hour-long cardio sessions per week. Let me first go over why I'm doing this, and the answer is very simple. I felt that my limiting factor could be work capacity and basically just being out of shape. If you personally feel that you aren't getting the density that you should in your workouts, you might have the same affliction, basically being out of shape. If you look at a workout routine that should be for an intermediate and it looks like a lot of work, maybe you couldn't put in your full effort for that whole session, you might be out of shape. I decided that basically outside the gym, I wasn't feeling good. Inside the gym, I was feeling okay. But getting sick a lot, general not feeling good. Started throwing the cardio, things started improving, feeling better body composition. You all know the benefits of cardio. Now let me go over my guidelines for session length. Why do I do at least 45 minutes? And what's the total weekly minutes you should probably be looking to aim for? Most of my guidelines come from Attia, who is a health span longevity guy, and his recommendations are 3 hours a week of zone 2, which is not exactly what I'm getting, but getting kind of close to it. He also recommends for basically fat oxidation, full benefits, you need a minimum of around 45 minutes in zone 2. So once you get into zone 2, 45 minutes after that. That's not including warm up. So I basically started at 30-minute sessions a long time ago, slowly built that up to where 45 minutes is comfortable, and soon I'll be adding even more time to my actual zone 2 portion. The Attia recommendation is for health and also actually improving aerobic base, metabolic function, and so on. At some point, obviously, you probably don't want to be doing 3 hours a week of cardio. And I don't think I ever expected this to be a lifelong commitment. At some point, you'll want to focus on other stuff if your goal is strength. So what I'm doing right now in this phase of training, I am still trying to get stronger, but simultaneously I'm building a good aerobic base. I would say I'm doing pretty good based on the numbers I'm doing on the treadmill. But I want a good aerobic base. I want to feel good in my sessions and outside the gym. I feel like I'm in very good shape. And then I'm going to drop down to 2 sessions a week. And I'll probably keep those I'll probably have them at 60 minutes of zone 2. And I believe that is probably maintenance numbers. Realistically, 1 could be maintenance at some point. That's the plan. Get a really good base and then maintain it using fewer sessions and possibly a bit more time. If I can get away with it, even less. Maybe 2 by 45. one more question, and also something I've been thinking about lately. I don't feel like I'm in good enough shape to be worried about VO2 max right now. I think that that's probably something that could be worried about by people with different types of goals, or people who are in good shape already or have good body composition. I just don't think doing, if you don't know what I'm talking about, VO2 max training is like an example of VO2 max training would be 4 minutes at 95% heart rate for at least 2 minutes of those 4 minutes, and then 3 minutes rest. You repeat it for 4 times. Norwegian 4x4 protocol, which is something I've done in the past. I do not feel like that is necessary for me to get in better shape right now. I can do the much lower impact zone 2 stuff and still build a really good base. At some point in the future, I will run a short Norwegian 4x4 block to basically get better at that high, I want to call it high threshold. I guess that is what you call it, but near maximal heart rate work. And I think that might actually apply well if you have a good base, decent body composition, and you're also at a point where you feel like you want to improve that high output cardio system. I'm just not quite there yet. And one final thing, I was just thinking about this. I haven't tested my mile time in a year or so. And before that, I hadn't ran a mile in maybe 10 or more years. I think I'll test my mile at the end of this block and just see what happens with a long period of consistent zone 2 cardio. I'm hoping I'll be very pleasantly surprised. I'm not going to say what my mile time was. It wasn't very good. But maybe I will put up a surprising number there without even training it. We'll see what happens. Hopefully that was a coherent video. Let me know if anything wasn't clear. I'll speak to you later. Peace out. Here's some training, zone 2 from today.